Unbelievable! Incredible! Unbelievable!
Save! And Spark are champions!
Good on Pepe! Goal! It doesn't get any better than that!
Welcome everyone to one of the coolest soccer competitions on U.S. soil. This is the first qualifying round of the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. A record-shattering 146 clubs are beginning a journey to see America's top team, and you're about to witness part of that journey. APSL team Vitus United hosts USLPA squad Vereinigung Erzgebirge here in Southwest Philadelphia. The 111th edition of U.S. Soccer's Club Championship is about to get underway. Don't go anywhere. Kickoff in just a few minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Southwest Philadelphia. This year, 146 amateur clubs are battling it out for the chance to earn 16 of the Open Division's 32 spots in next year's official tournament. Those clubs come from 28 different U.S. soccer sanctioned leagues in 29 states and the District of Columbia. After this weekend, Open Cup qualifiers will be played on 3 additional weekends. The weekends of September 13th, that's this weekend, October 11th, November 1st, and November 22nd. So just a little bit about the U.S. Open Cup. It's now in its 110th edition. The U.S. Open Cup has crowned U.S. Soccer's national championship since 1914. This history-filled tournament is conducted on a single-game knockout basis. It's open to professional and amateur teams affiliated with U.S. Soccer. In 1999, the oldest ongoing national soccer competition in the U.S. was renamed to honor American soccer pioneer Lamar Hunt. The 2025 Open Cup winner will earn a berth in the 2026 CONCACAF Champions Cup and have its name engraved on the Dewar Challenge Trophy, one of the oldest nationally contested trophies in American team sports. It's now on permanent display at the National Soccer Hall of Fame in Frisco, Texas, if you'd want to check it out for yourself. The 2025 tournament features a total purse worth $1 million, and that includes a $600,000 award for whoever is crowned champion. LAFC of the MLS is the defending champion, of course. The 109th edition of this tournament concluded on September 25th of last year, with LAFC beating 4-time champions Sporting KC 3-1 at BMO Stadium in Los Angeles to become Open Cup champions for the first time. But that was last year. For this year, and really for next year, you are witnessing the first leg of that epic journey that we call the U.S. Open Cup. On your left, this will be the last time I butcher their club name, I promise. Vereinigung Erzgebirge. They're in the USLPA, and I will be calling them VE for the rest of today's match for understandable reasons, if you can forgive me. On the right, you have Vidas United FC. They're in the APSL. If you're a Game and Frame veteran, you will have seen them plenty of times in our APSL coverage. So these two teams do not play each other in normal domestic competitions, but that is one of the really cool things about the U.S. Open Cup. Either of these two teams could end up playing an MLS team at some point. That's what is really, really special about this competition. But in order to earn the right to move up and play the likes of LAFC, Sporting KC, and others, you need to win these qualifying rounds, and we are just about to see who will win today's first qualifying round. We are underway in the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup journey. Both of these teams from pretty close to where we sit now. This is actually Vitus' home turf here in Southwest Philadelphia. VE not too far away up in Bucks County, Warminster area. You may have seen our coverage from Oktoberfest there a few weeks ago, as Vitus looked to go Route 1, but VE handled it. Steve Paul in goal for VE Majors. He's the skipper of that squad. He did not feature in that Oktoberfest friendly, so good to see him back between the sticks in Open Cup competition. That Oktoberfest game was a friendly against Tana Talheim from East Germany. And VE put a whooping on him, 8-0. But that was just a friendly. Much less friendly competition today as Vitus win a throw-in. Shevchenko with the ball in his hand now, but he will pass it off to Rodriguez to take the throw. He goes right back to Shevchenko, and Rodriguez elects to go backwards. Zipped across the field into Sekusila. Heavy pressure from VE, but Vitus keeping it well. Little through ball played baseline. It took a deflection and luckily went straight to Steve Paul's hands. But good move from Vitus early on here. Again, the fun part about this competition is it's one of the interesting things about the U.S. soccer ladder is how these two teams won't cross each other, but you could argue play at a very similar level. So I'll get back to that in a moment as Antonini's streaking down this left-hand side. He's a little short on support, but he was making inroads and actually won a throw-in well up the pitch. As I was saying, just interesting crossover from the leagues here because a similar level that wouldn't get to play each other in any other format other than a friendly, of course. So, and trouble for VE here is Antonini, after that gut-busting run, is down. And you just hope this isn't a muscle injury. If he took a knock, might be able to run that off. But very, very early on in this one. Must be said that VE bench is very light today. It just looks like 3 subs or so that would be available to come into this match. Antonini on the ball now, and fortunately looked like he was moving pretty well there, so that's a good sign. He's a Misericordia University alum. Tried to go back to Ruth. And VE win the throw-in once again. Ruth will take it. A lot of the VE players played their college soccer here in Philadelphia. As a cross is whipped in, and it's actually found the VE man who couldn't direct it goalward. He was the only green shirt in the box, and it did find him impressively as VE just clubbed that one over the end line for a goal kick. But as I was saying, lots of Philadelphia area college players on this VE squad, so a little bit of a homecoming for them, particularly for a few of the players from St. Joe's, Drexel, and the like. As Rodriguez sends this one long, looking for Silla, who looked like he fouled the VE man, and referee did call that one. So around the back goes VE. There's Antonini. And Vitus players wanting a foul, nothing doing. Clipped over the top, well won by the Vitus defender as a physical challenge goes in there. Referee says play on, and we do indeed play on as Ruth tries to beat a man. It looked like the foul was won by the Vitus player. Here comes Vitus the other way. Strong challenges early on in this one. You can see both of these teams would love to move on in this competition, as Blanchard, the man who scored 2 goals with an assist in the APSL opener for Vitus, that was last weekend, zipped across to Rodriguez. Antonini does well to get back defensively. Shevchenko flying into this one, and Steve Paul does well to come all the way out to the edge of his box to claim that one. Used every inch of that 18-yard area. Long ball looking for the VE man, and he's done really well here. Evaded the challenge, and he's in on goal. In behind, nobody there. Shot is right at the Vitus goalkeeper, who did really well to just stand his ground. My, oh my, what a chance early on in this one. As we'll have to keep an eye on. That's Reed Sturza, who looked like he was struggling a little bit after that challenge. And now the Vitus defender is down too. I think both of those guys got hurt on that initial challenge. So just going to take a moment to check on both of them. While we do, want to remind everyone today's Game and Frame presentation is brought to you by Petrobax, your gateway to Spain and Portugal. From unforgettable vacations to exclusive soccer group trips, Petrobax gets you closer to the action, the culture, and the biggest teams on the Iberian Peninsula. Visit petrobax.com and start planning your dream trip today. So it looks like Vitus might be looking to make a substitution already. I'm not sure. I think that is indeed what's happening. So that's unfortunate for Vitus, as an early defensive change. We'll see how that works with the back line, but in the meantime, Shevchenko streaking forward. He has a shot, and it's whipped just wide of that post of Steve Paul's. One big chance at either end within the space of just a minute or two of each other. And I have a feeling there's going to be a lot more where that came from, because we are not very far into this game. A much higher press from Vitus than we saw in their first APSL game. Not sure if that is being dictated by what they've seen from VE, or if that's just maybe a personnel decision. Unclear why exactly they're doing that, but something to keep an eye on. Obviously the trade-off, the potential to win that ball in deeper areas, but you inevitably do leave a little bit more space in behind, as VE are looking to take advantage of now. Here's Antonini on the turn, trying to get into the box. He's just outside of it right now. Whips in the cross. Well defended by Jean-Pierre at that front post, but it's still with VE. Ruth on the turn, has a hit, blocked in front. And oh, strong challenge there, and the referee, I think, is reaching for his pocket already. He is indeed. I think that's Imani Arroyo. who will go into the book very, very early in this match. That's going to be something to keep an eye on. He's going to have to play about 80 minutes carrying that yellow card with him. Interesting note, Mr. Arroyo is actually the sporting director of Vitus United FC. Not the most sporting challenge from the sporting director, but he is in the book early on. This is Delaware University alum Justin Ruth on the ball for VE. Whipped in towards that far post, headed away by Evan Azoro, he's the man that was brought in as the substitute after that early challenge. Didn't quite go to plan for the Vitus center backs. So Ruth to take this corner. Antonini looked like he shrugged off his man. He's in a good spot, and he did win the header, but again, just couldn't keep it down. Another good-looking set piece from VE, but nothing to show for it so far. Goal kick goes short for Vitus. Keeper sends it long. Nice ball to Arroyo, who plays it forward for Silla, trying to use his pace to get in behind. Steve Paul did really well to come out and find his man. That's something to watch out for. Silla is rapid down that right wing. Got a goal in Vitus's APSL opener against Sewell Old Boys, thanks to some unselfish play from Richard Blanchard, who was on a hat trick at that point, actually. And Ibrahim will go inside and out the other way. VE's defender looked like he got there first, but a good challenge from Shevchenko to put him off. Ball was looking over the top, but wasn't quite on. And ball zipped wide, and looked like the first challenge didn't work, nor did the second one. Vitus evades both, and here is Blanchard, the brace scorer from a week ago, looking to get in behind. He played the ball really well. It just missed Rodriguez, who did fight off the VE challenge, but not in time to save that ball from going out. While we have a moment, I want to tell you what's coming up here on Game in Frame. Later tonight, I'll be on the call for Philadelphia Heritage versus Jersey Shore Boca. That's tonight at 6 o'clock. And then at 8 o'clock, catch New York Renegades taking on American SC as this ball goes long, but falls to the goalkeeper. Again, that's New York Renegades taking on American SC at 8 p.m. That's another leg of this U.S. Open Cup's first qualifying round. So a lot going on here today here on Game and Frame, your home for grassroots soccer here in the Northeast. As Rodriguez is on the ball and Silla is in behind, but I think the ball was a bit too heavy, and it was. Silla applauds the idea there from Rodriguez. Again, that's really something to keep an eye on. I don't think that Vitus is going to be able to out-physical these VE center backs, but Silla's pace might be able to unlock that back line. Something to keep an eye on. Has VE just very casually played around the back. Vitus seemingly okay with them doing so. And now that Vitus press will start to tick up. Not a lot of support, it must be said, for VE, but that was a good-looking ball. Wasn't quite on as Evan Azoro puts his foot through it, and I think puts it into the next neighborhood. Has VE, again, just happy to play it around the back. Blanchard tried to leave a foot out and just lost his balance, it looked like. So here come VE the other way. Little 1-2 in the middle. Zipped wide down this left-hand side, and there is some space, but the linesman's flag is up. And offside is the call. A lot of space on this left-hand side if Evan Azoro can find it. Rodriguez has two hands up right in front of our screen here. It goes short to Ibrahim, who goes backwards. All the way back to the goalkeeper, who plays a tight ball into his 6 and then out the other side. Good interworking play from Vitus, unlocks that midfield. And did Silla stay onside? The flag stays down, I think he is. Ball down that right wing, a touch in the box, a hit, but again, a tame effort right at Paul. That was really, really good play from Vitus. Unlocked that central midfield of VE. And I think that's what the skipper, Paul, is upset about, just how easily Vitus walked through the center of the park. And again, Silla's pace was used to great effect there, but here comes VE the other way. Pick the head up. He has a hit. It falls to Antonini, who has a hit over the bar. Right on top of the D, only about 20 or so yards out. But the effort goes high. And Vitus plays short, and it goes to the top of the box, and the hit goes just wide, as a mistake there was almost punished by VE. That was Isaiah Fox going short to his defender, but a little bit too long for Shevchenko. Shevchenko just waving to his guys. They want to try and pin them in on this left-hand side. Zipped wide for Ruth on that left back spot. A little bit more space for Nick Yurcho, the Rutgers Camden product, as that ball's played in behind for Hopino. I think Hopino, he did keep it under his spell. He's under some pressure, two Vitus shirts, and just had nowhere to go, really. And looks like Vitus was coming out the other way. And that was Alex Simon who was taken down. Jean-Pierre, the man to take this one. Clipped forward for Rodriguez, flicked on for Shevchenko, but couldn't keep it in play. Very long throw-in was nodded down by the VE number 10, Reed Sturza. Inside for Ibrahim. Picked his head up, and Simon was on, but the ball was just outside of his ability to get on the end of it. So VE will once again work to play out of the back. That ball is cleared well high and wide. And looks like it will be Arroyo to take the throw. And Victor Augusto Soto, the Akron Zip, was the man pressuring there, and he did win the throw. And VE will come the other way. Antonini, touch was suspect, but he kept it anyway. Looking for a Route 1 ball over the top to Sturza. And he didn't get it the first time, but he's got it the second time here. And it looks like the return ball wasn't quite what he was looking for, as Fox clears this one. And then shouts for a handball, and I think they were potentially warranted, but referee did not award it. And Hopino out-jumped by Jean-Pierre, and then, but he does win it back, did the Princeton man, and a really nice ball zipped wide, stirs it back across to Antonini, chests it down, a header over the goalkeeper. What a finish from Derek Antonini. Lovely, lovely combination play from VE, puts them up 1-0. Hopino zipped that ball across to Reed Sturza. You would bet any money Reed was going to take the shot there, and instead, he unselfishly plays it across to Antonini, who did the very unconventional, I think it was a chest to head, floating it over the head of Isaiah Fox. Really nice finish. And VE go up 1-0 just after the 20-minute mark. Vitus were not lacking in attacking threat before that goal. So no question that they'll probably get a few more chances, but can they keep VE out? That's the real question. Ball floated wide to Shevchenko, and it was a really nice one. He gets the ball at his feet, but Pat Murphy, the Drexel man, who probably is feeling here at home in Southwest Philly, was able to keep it out. Antonini wins that header, but Rodriguez gets it back. Jean-Pierre and Rodriguez play it off each other, but couldn't quite keep it in play. If you are new to John Bartram's high school stadium here, one of the fun things is that there is a ball-sized gap under the bleachers, and when that ball goes under there, it's gone forever. So as a VE player goes down, it looked like the referee was trying to wave play on, but advantage was not there, so he rightfully pulls it back. Might be a bit too far out for a shooting opportunity here. Looks like Hopino's the man to take it. Aiden Watkins to Sauto to Ruth. I'll go back to Hazel. Inside from Watkins back to Ruth, who's streaking down that left-hand side. He's done really well to beat his man. Can he get the cross in? He can, but it was behind Sturza. Rodriguez now with the ball. Shevchenko with a really nifty turn there. Asila with a dummy. Lets it go forward to Arroyo, who might be in behind here. He goes down at the edge of the box. It falls for Silla, and it goes just wide. Really good chance for Vitus. It's just pulled by Silla. And the silver lining for Vitus is that one actually trickled out for a throw-in. So maybe an opportunity to pin in VE here. Very long throw again. Antonini wins the header. I can't see him losing too many today. Very, very tall player. And Ibrahim goes down, and referee awards the free kick. Antonini didn't look happy about it. But that's kind of the problem when you're a foot taller than everyone on the field. Referee says free kick is the call. Floated into the top of the box, headed away by Salto. Antonini gives it a good clearance. Hopino, ball at his feet, picks his head up. Antonini's running forward. He actually goes left to Sturza, and it was a great ball. Evades Azoro, and Sturza gets by him again. Goes back to Ruth, who has some time, but Silla's gotten back well. And here's Sturza again. Looked like he did get the ball through the defender, but lost out to the physicality. They play it to Blanchard, coming the other way, and he's blocked. But Vitus will have a throw. And looks like Antonini's stolen that one. And here comes Hopino the other way, picks his head up top of the box, tries a cutback. Kind of got stuck under his feet, but he got by one man, couldn't get by the second, as looked like the VE player was a bit too exuberant in that challenge. And Jean-Pierre wins the free kick. So consider that one a fire that needed putting out, and Vitus did well. Zipped across to Azoro, who picks his head up. And Rodriguez is in a ton of space, and he's seen it, but I don't know if the ball had the quality, and that might have been a handball. Referee says nothing doing. Antonini in behind to Hopino, picks his head up, and the deflection, very, very cruelly, takes it past Fox for VE's second goal. And Vitus is furious about that potential handball. And the referee is very adamantly letting the Vitus players know that was a shoulder and not an arm that brought that ball down for Antonini, who was able to find Hopino, who turned it home. So, looks like we're going to have a cooling break here. So we'll be back in a few minutes. So cooling break done and dusted. For those of you not in the local area, it is an uncharacteristically warm day for mid-September here in Southwest Philly, about 85 degrees. And of course, it's always a little bit warmer on the turf, so much needed cooling break goes in. It is now 2-0. And just watching the replay of that Antonini touch, as we'll get back to that in a second, as Steve Paul comes right to the top of his box to pick that one up. But yeah, that Antonini touch was right on the edge of, was it his arm, was it his shoulder? So you make the call, but the only call that matters for the sake of the game is the referee's, and he ruled it was a shoulder. Antonini was in the right. He got the assist on Hopeno's goal. So VE go up 2 a half hour into this match. Can Ruth get on the end of this? He can. Really well done from him. Pounded the cross against the Vitus defender. Vitus get the ball down now. Here's Shevchenko, picks his head up. He's got a lot of space to walk into. He picks his head up and kind of had to stretch his man, but Blanchard lets that one go for a throw-in. Backwards to Simon. And Simon gets run over, but no foul from the referee. And Hopeno was back into Watkins. Goes out the other way, eventually to Ruth. Back to Hazel. Yurcho. Really nice cutting pass all the way to Sturza. Ruth gets back on the ball. And they'll go inside. Only temporarily. Back out to Ruth. Back to Hazel in the Watkins, who picks his head up to Sauto, who didn't like what he saw and went right back out to Watkins. You can see the Vitus players not as willing to sit back now that it's 2-0. And Simon can't get to that one. Hopeno tried to spin out of that one. It was well won by Shevchenko. Gogoladze was trying to find Silla, I think, but couldn't. And Simon will eventually tackle that one out into touch. So, a little over 10 minutes remaining in this half. We will have some stoppage time, at least due to that cooling break, if not to mention those couple goals that were scored. So, VE throw-in coming. A lot of space on this weak side, and VE's found it. Here's Pat Murphy. Antonini was to his right. He was looking for Sturza, but it was turned over. Watkins gets it back. And Ruth picks his head up, plays a nice ball back across to Yurcho. Inside to Watkins, who's been on the ball a lot in this first half. Little clipped ball to Ruth down that left-hand side. He's been on the ball a lot as well. Hopeno goes backwards. Watkins on it again. Sauto. Back to Hopeno, who goes all the way back to Hazel. Really good possession football from VE. Around the corner to Ruth. Tackled out of play. VE throw-in. And Antonini had worked his way into the box, and he's won a corner with really no support to speak of. So good work by the big man. And corner kick will be incoming. Something to keep an eye on. Again, we mentioned how light that VE bench is. And again, it is very, very warm today. So definitely going to be something to keep an eye on as this game progresses. Corner whipped in by Hopino. Back post, Fox is right there to claim it. Safe hands from the Vitus goalkeeper. And the throw-in wasn't quite what it needed to be. There's Sturza, top of the box, has a hit, and Fox is able to keep that one as Arroyo picks his head up. I think that might have been a little Rabona from Silla. Didn't pan out. Comes VE. Murphy goes inside to Watkins, who goes back out to Murphy. Yurcho into Sauto. Runner from Hopino, and the offside flag goes up, and that will be really, really close. You know, the run came from so deep that one's going to be really, really tight, but the linesman says offside. Ball goes back to Fox. Plays to Jean-Pierre. Rodriguez. Gogoladze. Jean-Pierre goes back to Goga. Shevchenko, who's moved infield here. I don't know if that's a permanent tactical switch or if that's just temporary. He was playing out wide here on the left. Arroyo goes infield to Ibrahim. Ball played to Blanchard. Turns and poked away by Ruth, who did really well to come in from that outside back slot. Gogoladze picks his head up. He's in shooting range here. No one came to close, and Yurcho falls. Gogoladze, oh, he tried to find Blanchard. And that ball trickles out for a goal kick. I thought Gogoladze had to shoot there. Tried to be unselfish and just couldn't connect with Blanchard, but another good move from Vitus. That's the third or fourth good chance they've created in this first half. Unfortunately, nothing to show for it on the scoreboard just yet. Yeah, it looked like VE was just dropping and dropping and dropping and never stepped to the ball, but here they come the other way. And that was a very long run from Hennessy that never finished. Good feet from the big man, Antonini, to skip by a couple of challenges. Sauto goes to Watkins, who comes under a little pressure and goes back out to Antonini, who's got a bit more space. Sauto, Watkins kind of clips that one. It wasn't the best ball, but Murphy did well to deal with it. Here's Watkins. Antonini doesn't really have any forward options, but he'll go forward instead. And goes all the way to the baseline. Gets a cross in, but only one green shirt to aim for. Vitus clears it pretty easily. Good run from Shevchenko. Zipped into Silla, who turns. He's got space, but not support. And it was a good tackle by Hazel to win the ball back. And Paul plays a really nice ball down the left to Ruth, who goes backwards because he was lacking in options. And it looked like Antonini was onside there, and now he's running down this right-hand side into space. Cuts inside on Rodriguez. Left-footed strike blocked really well by Angel Rodriguez, but Antonini's got it back. Top of the box. Inside to Sturza, who looked like he just lost control. They go back to Fox, who just eventually clears it but if only as far as Salto. Hopino to Salto, back to Hopino, back to Salto, back to Hopino. I wonder how many times I'll say that. There we go. There's Watkins. Wide to Murphy. Tried to whip in across, but Rodriguez. That was a harsh one, I think, if he's calling a handball from all the way over there. From a Vitus perspective, that is just so harsh because that referee gave Antonini that handball decision, and now he's calling it against Rodriguez for, I mean, roughly the same looking. If anything, Rodriguez's decision would be harsher because he had no time to react, but regardless, Hopino's going to have a free kick in a really dangerous spot for VE. One arm up for Hopino, and he looked like he called it back. I don't think the referee was ready yet, so referee's back in position. Right arm up for Hopino. Far post ball, headed away, not very far away, but away. And that one's fallen to Shevchenko, who's trying to get on the end of that. And look at Blanchard doing some defensive work. Shevchenko's on the end of it, picks his head up, cuts inside. Ruth does really well to get back. And that ball gets pushed wide. Ruth was on a mission to make that recovery run, and just as well, because I think his pressure was the only thing that kept Shevchenko from finding Blanchard there in a really dangerous spot. VE with possession. Salto plays a route one ball looking for Antonini. It doesn't find him, but it does find Hopino, who got to that 50-50 ball first. Antonini back to Salto, couldn't complete the pass. Sila's got it in a dangerous spot. Blanchard. Good through ball played to Shevchenko. Ruth gets there first, and I don't know. Yeah, I was going to say that was definitely a back pass from Ruth. And Ruth's trying to say it wasn't, but that's a tough case to make there. That was almost certainly a back pass, and so we're gonna have an indirect free kick here. And if you're only a casual soccer fan, you probably won't see this much. So what happens here is this is an indirect free kick in the box. So they still get 10 yards. So as you can see, this wall for VE is going to be almost on the post, which makes a shot very, very unlikely, but there's a lot of space right at the top of that 6. We'll see if maybe they're going to zip one in across and see if they can get a white shirt on the end of it. So again, that wall can't move until the ball is touched. But Blanchard zips it across, and it's almost fell for Azoro. Azoro battling and wins a corner. Really well done by the center back. Looks like Simon's going to be the one to take this. We are into stoppage time now, but again, remember, we did have a cooling break, so probably at least 2 minutes, if not a little bit more. Can Vitus get a crucial goal before halftime? That team talk will be a lot more cheery if they can. Gogaladze, hand up. Clipped far post. Oh, and it looked like it was going to fall for Blanchard, but a nice defensive header by Hazel puts it out for a throw-in. Blanchard understandably hurrying to get this ball back into play. backwards to Arroyo, who goes all the way back to Jean-Pierre. He's looking for Silla, couldn't find him. Azoro looks for Rodriguez and does find him. Silla turns, and he's put off. Ooh, that's a strong challenge, but we're playing on for Sturza, who's 1v1 for now. And goes back to Sauto. Over to Ruth. Ruth, oh, look, that was a really good-looking ball for Antonini, who, and some shouts from the Vitus players, but no contact there. Antonini pulled out of the challenge, and then okay, so what's happening here is he's going back to Silla. He's going back to Silla, I think, to talk about that challenge that he made on Hopino that started that move. And I don't think there's a card involved. Just a very stern talking. Oh, nope, there's a card. I spoke too soon. Curse of the commentator. So Silla goes into the book. Second Vitus player to draw the referee's ire. So the referee is now having a conversation with a VE player, and I'm not sure what that would be about. That was Bobby Hennessy, the Millersville Marauder, who was having a chat with the ref. Again, I'm not sure what that was about, but the chat was had, and Vitus are coming the other way. Here's Arroyo. Silla was just put into the book. Missed out on that one, but wins a throw. Backwards to Arroyo, clipped forward, or excuse me, that's Arroyo on the end of it, as Ruth wins that one just ahead of the challenge. Simon plays the challenge, and yeah, he looked like he was trying to play advantage, but eventually calls the foul on Simon. So we are entering the 50th minute of this first half, so plenty of stoppage time for the boys here on a very warm day. Again, that's probably, if anything, playing into the hands of Vitus with that VE bench being so light. Only 3 or 4 guys on the bench, and there is the halftime whistle. Your score from Southwest Philadelphia, VE 2, Vitus 0. Don't go anywhere. Second half coming up in just a few minutes.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish, flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petrobax, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University, and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together. And I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer, and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
Welcome back to Southwest Philadelphia. If you missed the first half, you missed a good one. 2 great goals by VE, a couple of great chances from Vitus, but none taken. Before we get going in this second half, I want to remind you that today's Game and Frame broadcast is brought to you by Petrobacks, your gateway to Spain and Portugal. From unforgettable vacations to exclusive soccer group trips, Petrobacks gets you closer to the action, the culture, and the biggest teams on the Iberian Peninsula. Visit Petrobacks.com and start planning your dream trip today. So again, if you're just joining us, VE in green going from right to left, Vitus in white going from left to right. And we got a water break in that first half, so I would anticipate another one coming in this second half. So the referee, I think, is just waiting for his linesman to get into position. Check on his linesman, a check of the watch. And the second half of this first qualifying round of the U.S. Open Cup is underway. And Ruth, who was on the ball a lot in that first half, is on it to start the second, but he is relieved of that ball, but he does really well to wriggle away from a couple of challenges. Look at that play from the Delaware Blue Hen. The ball looking forward for Hopino, but it wasn't quite on. Just goes straight to Isaiah Fox. Simon goes back to Fox again. Silla gets the ball down, and Rodriguez has a ton of space. That's a great ball forward to him as well. Rodriguez picks his head up. Blanchard's running in. Ball looking for his head. It's flicked on, and Silla's just outside that far post. Great move from Vitus to start this second half. Again, they're not lacking an attacking threat. It's that final product that's evaded them so far. And again, we mentioned it in the first half, that VE bench is thin. So something to keep an eye on. Another thing to keep an eye on, a couple of players in the book for Vitus. So a couple of them will have to be very, very careful. In the meantime, we'll have a short goal kick from Paul to Yurcho, which goes out to Murphy, but looks like Gogoladze picked that one up. Blanchard goes around the corner to Shevchenko. I think he was trying to chip that one wide to Blanchard. It might actually still work. Whoa! And Blanchard goes down outside the box. And really well done by Blanchard. Cross was blocked, though. And Ruth picks it up. Sauto to Hennessy. Ball clipped wide to Silla. And he lost out at first, but he's got it back now. And challenge came in, no foul given. Antonini's got it. And he just goes big for Sturza. And Fox actually comes out to deal with it. And it's turned over. Sturza gets kind of a rough-looking ball from Hennessy, but it gets it under control well. And Hennessy now darts infield, goes wide to Antonini. Pass took him a bit outside the box, clipped inside, and it fell to Fox, who kind of deflected it away, and it's eventually cleared. VE looking dangerous as ever. Watkins. Back to Sauto. Ruth. Hopino. Nice little 1-2 from Watkins to Ruth. Watkins wants it back. He goes to Hopino instead. He goes infield to Hennessy. Picks his head up. Has a hit, kind of knuckled wide. And that'll be a goal kick. Fox plays short to Azoro. Mo Ibrahim. Angel Rodriguez. Sturza. Back to Hopino. One touch to Watkins, who does well to avoid one challenge. Couldn't avoid the second, but he gets it right back. Sturza, who's now, I think, just kind of organically migrated to this left-hand side. Down the other side for Vitus. Rodriguez will be on the end of this one. In some space, picks his head up. Ball played short to Blanchard. Good touch. Zipped across, back post. And oh my goodness. So that was ruled offsides. I can't believe, I think Galadze actually missed that. I think it hit the underside of the football goalpost, and he'll probably exhale. Thankfully, he was offside, because if he wasn't, I don't think his teammates would have been very happy about that. While we have a second, I want to remind you of some action coming up today on Game in Frame. Later tonight, 6 o'clock, I'll be on the call for Philadelphia Heritage versus Jersey Shore Boca. That's at 6 o'clock. APSL Delaware River Conference action. Then at 8 o'clock, New York Renegades takes on American SC at 8 in the other first qualifying round, as that ball's clipped over the top, but straight to Paul. As I was saying, Renegades take on American SC. That's at 8 o'clock in another U.S. Open Cup first qualifying round, so another leg of this competition you're watching right now. But lots going on, as always, here on Game and Frame, your home for grassroots soccer here in the Northeast. Paul not happy with the pace of the VE attack. See, Hennessy is... Apologies for any language you may hear from the VE goalkeeper, but he's very adamant about playing quickly. Will Green respond? Here's Hopino out wide to Murphy. Cross is blocked. Ball's whipped in, long throw. Ooh, almost fell to a green shirt, but Rodriguez headed it clear. Hennessy, back to Ruth, back to Hennessy. Another hit from distance is not quite the ball it needed to be. But the unfortunate reality of John Bartram High School Stadium is lots and lots of room outside of the field of play. So it's going to probably be a lot of running for soccer balls as this game progresses. Fox's goal kick goes short to Azoro. Ibrahim back to Azoro, who returns it to Fox. Ball played forward, looking for Blanchard. Gurcho cuts it out. Headed down for Watkins. Around the corner for Hopino, goes back to Hennessy. Ruth in a lot more space than I think he realized. Sauto with a 1-2, plays a 1-2 with Hazel. Cross to Yurcho. And Shevchenko running into space. Ball gets back to Shevchenko. Looking wide for Rodriguez. He finds him. Shevchenko whip towards that far post. Can Sela keep it in? He can't, but I think he's won a corner. He has. Yeah, he's won a corner. Looks like Juan Polanco takes the short corner. Polanco gets it back. Ball's hit off the VE defender. I think it almost fell to Polanco again. Simon's got it instead. Simon's under some pressure from Sturza. Ooh, a little pass does well. Referee plays advantage. Gogoladze goes into the box, goes down, and there's a penalty awarded to Vitus United. Credit to the referee. Instead of calling that initial foul, played advantage and let Gogoladze get around the corner. He's fouled. And the penalty is awarded. Blanchard, the man on the ball, 2 goals a week ago. Can he get Vitus on the board today? Steve Paul, the former Thomas Jefferson goalkeeper and the skipper of this VE team, making himself nice and big. Blanchard awaits the whistle. A couple of big claps from Paul. Blanchard saved by Paul. What a piece of goalkeeping from Steve Paul. That wasn't a bad penalty, you know. That was right in the corner. And Paul guessed right, got across, and not only saved it, kept it. Great goalkeeping from the captain. That's probably why he's wearing the armband. Here comes Hopino across to try and make that tackle. Couldn't quite get there. Sturza around the corner to Watkins. Missed out on it under the challenge of the Vitus captain, Simon. Gogoladze gets there first. Finds Sela down that left-hand side. He's using his pace. Yurcho trying to stand him up. Can't do so. Cuts back inside to Polanco. Head up. Trying to go back to Simon. It falls for Simon again. Gogoladze whipped in near post. What a defensive header by Hazel. Kind of bounced around. Not sure who got on the end of that one. Blanchard's in the box. And well done by Paul to get there. Frantic pace the last 5 minutes. Vitus turning up the heat. I think VE starting to feel it. And challenge goes against VE. And Blanchard not happy with the challenge, but no time for that because going the other way, Antonini goes down, no foul given. And here comes Vitus the other way. Frantic pace continuing. Here's, oh, great goalkeeping again by Paul. As you'd think Shevchenko would have had time to get that one down, he did not because Steve Paul came flying out to make a great challenge. 50-50 challenge played as such. Simon, infield to Polanco. And I'm not sure if Polanco came in as a halftime sub or not, but didn't get on the ball much in that first half. Second half, he's all over it and looking like a possible difference maker for Vitus. As the home team starting to get into this game. Shevchenko goes short to Ibrahim. He has a hit. It's towards that far post, and Paul fumbled it for a moment, but got it back before any real problems arose. Here's a punt that is looking for Sturza, trying to use his body against Jean-Pierre. Oh, what a turn from Sturza. Gets by another challenge, but can't get by the third. VE maybe understandably not really committing many numbers forward on counters like that. So Sturza kind of had to do it himself. Fox plays short to Simon. And it looks like this VE press stepped in at the right time. Antonini goes wide to Hopino, who fires it across outside that far post. A Vitus exhale. It was all Vitus to start this second half, but VE showing how clinical they can be. Only missing the finish on that last move. Blanchard's onside here. Ruth challenging him, and Blanchard goes down. Referee says no. And Vitus, ball again. Shevchenko in the channel. Can he get inside of Yurcho? He can. And I don't know how the referee calls nothing there. I feel like you got to call one of them. And all is fair in love, war, and challenges in the box. Ruth just pings that long. "15 minutes in, and that first 16 minutes has flown by. Ibrahim to Shevchenko, and I don't think it was Shevchenko who was off, but Silla was definitely off. Whoever it was, someone in a white shirt was offside, and VE. Looks like Paul will play it long here. Looking for Antonini over the top. Jean-Pierre bats that away. And Ruth does really well to win that ball. Sturza and Rodriguez doing battle out here on this left-hand side. Sturza gets by him. Baseline, cut back. Antonini puts it wide, goal kick. And I think substitute time for VE. Again, not a lot of help on that bench, so around about the hour mark, the first roll of the dice from the skipper. Yurcho makes way, so it's a change at the back. Owen Webster takes his place. He's a Villanova grad, not too far from here. Ball over the top for Polanco. And he got there first, And what a ball and what a goal from Vitus United. Juan Polanco beat every VE player. A bouncing ball right at the 18. Turned home, and we have a ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Make it 2-1. About 20 minutes into this second half. With 25 left to play, it's a 1-goal game. Polanco has looked brilliant this entire second half. And there's the finish to match. And another substitute for VE. And it's worth noting that goal came right after the defensive change at center back. So this change in the midfield, Sauto makes way. Budniak comes in. Budniak played his college ball at Montgomery County Community College. And here's Blanchard looking around the corner, and Ruth just hoofs it clear. Sturza got there first somehow, but that ball will go out. Long throw-in goes to Antonini. Two Vitus players went down, and I guess Antonini fouled at least one of them. Rodriguez. Ibrahim. And can Budniak pick that one off? He almost did. Loose touch from Ibrahim, but he got it back in time. There's Watkins. Silla tried to go around the corner for Simon. He got it back. Fortunately, nobody in the middle. And VE will play out the back. Here's Webster. Budniak. Antonini. Makes one move and is then challenged. That ball goes wide to Murphy. Budniak comes in to get it. Try to 1-2 around the corner. Didn't work the first time. Referee plays advantage. Antonini to Murphy. Back to Antonini inside the box. Has a hit. It's blocked by Azora. Well done. Only as far as Budniak. That effort's blocked. Hopino goes wide to Sturza. Back to Ruth. Flips inside. Top of the box. Has a hit. It's a great strike, but too high. And it looks like we'll have some substitutes coming on for Vitus now. Shevchenko and Blanchard coming off. John Miller takes up the number 10 role, or excuse me, the number 9 role that that number 9 was filled by Blanchard. That is now John Miller. And then out on the left here, or excuse me, the right is Daniel Smith. So a roll of the dice from Vitus. And here's Silla. Infield, that took a deflection. It fell to Ruth. And Ruth goes down. No foul given. Clip forward to Silla. Can he get it down? He can. He's inside the box. 2 green shirts around him. One poked it free. And they've still got it. Can Polanco get on the end of it? He can't. And so Dan Smith went down there, and there's a war of words on the field about whether the referee should have called that back. So the referee has the power to stop play if, 1, it's a head injury, or B, he thinks it's a serious injury. And I think Hopino is telling him that that wasn't a serious injury and he shouldn't have blown the play. But what the referee is saying is that it is up to him. That part's true, because he doesn't have the whistle. And Hopino's just got to be careful. Referee was giving him a lot of leniency there, which is interesting. This ball's played over the top for Budniak. Budniak got the first touch, but Fox came forward to claim it. And puts that one down for a Zorro. Less than 20 minutes remaining in this half, in this game. And Vitus player is fouled. And hold on a second. The referee has just heard some verbal abuse. And the referee has and the referee identified the person who was slinging some swear words at him, and I think he identified him as a suspended Vitus player. So and this play will not resume until that fan is out of the grounds. And he is now, I don't know if the referee can see. Yeah, okay, so here we go, back underway. And Silla goes down, balls with Simon. Cross to Polanco, who went down, but no foul given. Rodriguez, wide to Smith. Ruth wins that challenge, who just hoofs it long. VE had collapsed in. There was no one really high to make that challenge. I think we're getting another substitute. And it looks like Reed Sturza is the player coming off. Went to school at Moravian University in the Lehigh Valley. Not on the score sheet today, but it was a good game. Sturza is off. We'll see who is in his place. Ball played over the top, looking for that left winger Simon, and ooh, that was a strong challenge, and referee's giving it. And referee's given the foul. I'm not positive who just came on. I think it might be Chris Baker who's on for VE. The number 9 is not on the match day roster, so we'll keep an eye on that. I think it's Chris Baker. But anyway, we continue. As Smith went down and clipped it forward to Miller, who found Silla, and there's a fray in the box, and it's eventually, I think, just poked clear by VE. After looking so solid defensively, VE starting to look a little creaky at the back, and again, that might just be because of the lack of reinforcements on the bench, but there is a water break inbound, so we'll take a short break while the players get some fluids. All right, the players have been rehydrated, and Rodriguez is about to take a throw for Vitus. So, again, we sit at around 33 minutes in, but 2 lengthy stoppages makes me think we'll have plenty of stoppage time to add on to this second half. Ball's clipped wide by Ibrahim, and not quite the ball needed. So goal kick VE. And ladies and gentlemen, we need a winner from today's game. So if Vitus can find a way to level this one up, extra time will be on the docket. Of course, if you're a VE fan, you're hoping that is not necessary, especially given the lack of depth in today's team sheet. Oh, Antonini got there first, but didn't quite get there. Now, so, actually, that's a back pass. Yeah, that little bit of a miscommunication from the Vitus back line. And for the second time, and I don't think I've ever seen this, for the second time in this match, I think you're going to have a free kick inside the box. I've been around the game more than 25 years. And this is the first time I have seen a second free kick award, indirect free kick awarded inside the box. This one a bit more conventional looking than the last one, just because it was right inside the 18, but it does change how they handle it because this ball can't go straight in the back of the net. Needs a touch. If one of those two VE players up top there elects to play it short, then that Vitus wall can actually come forward and close that space. So it'll be interesting to see what the game plan is here. That's Ruth and Hopino both standing next to this ball. I don't know who, maybe they'll do a layoff or if they'll play, maybe they'll play it short into Antonini there, who's sitting kind of by himself off the edge of that wall. And they do go short. Ruth cuts it across and fires high and wide. So they did play it short. Again, 10 minutes remaining of the 90. More to come, I'm sure. As that ball was ping-ponged out of play. VE throw. Pat Murphy will take it. Drexelman obviously played his college ball not very far from where we sit now. And Vitus wins a throw. Ball clipped forward. Miller wins it. Polanco on the ball. Back out to Silla. Couple of step overs. Tried to play it inside. VE won it. Ball clipped forward. And there's a race. Isaiah Fox has come way out of his box and got there first. And the referee has not seen the goalkeeper down. And there was a big collision there between Fox and Antonini. And obviously Antonini much bigger. Looks like they're going to wave on the Vitus training staff to come take a look at Fox. Now, just something to note. The interesting part about the rules on that, if a field player goes down and needs treatment, that player has to come off. If the goalkeeper goes down and needs treatment, he does not have to come off. So for those of you who despise time wasting, that's just a mental note with the rules of the game. as Antonini wins that ball back. Of course, I don't think that was the goal there. Vitus are down a goal here, so no time wasting involved for Fox there, I'm guessing. As Miller is running onto this ball. And it looked like he sliced across that with his left foot. And it'll trickle out for a goal kick. 6 minutes remaining of the 90. And again, most likely at least that much in stoppage time. So we'll see how long the referee lets play continue. Budniak is running in behind. Azoro heads that one back for Fox, who comes and grabs it. And then plays wide to Rodriguez. Infield to Simon. Ball looking for Miller and finds him. Silla back to Miller. Here's Ibrahim. Space down this right-hand side. Rodriguez is in that space, but he's covered up by Budniak. Ibrahim got there first, but VE's player won the ball, and they hoof it forward, out of play for a throw-in for Vitus, I think. As Ibrahim looks like he was a little bit shaken by that challenge, but he's back in the play now. Over the top for and bodies are hitting the floor all over the pitch right now. Ruth trying to keep his feet, and yeah, the referee has actually called a foul back, trying to play advantage for Ruth. So it looks like long ball might be on, and Antonini's the tallest man on the field right now. So 2 hands up. Ball clip forward. Actually goes to Watkins, who's a bit short of Antonini. And player goes down. Watkins has it. Ball goes wide to Budniak. He's in space. Goes baseline. Cut across. No green shirts home, but Watkins is at the top of the box. Couldn't get the touch right. Here come Vitus. Ibrahim. Looking for Miller. Hazel, head up. Really well defended by Hazel. Paul taking his time, clipping it forward to Baker. Ahead for Hennessy. Is he onside? He is. And that ball was cleared by someone. It was Vitus. Corner kick. Time ticking away in this second half. 43rd minute of the second half. 98th minute, or 88th minute, excuse me, of the 90. Ruth and Antonini are on the ball. Short corner, maybe for time draining purposes. That's the, and that ball went out. Corner kick, the call. So round 1 goes to VE. How many times will they be able to do this? Round 2. Antonini slams it off the white shirt. And goal kick given. So round 2 goes to Vitus. Infield to Simon. There's Ibrahim. Hennessy trying to turn it around for Ruth. Did Ruth get there first? He did not. Free kick. Ruth and Antonini trying to play the 1-2. Antonini gets there first. Into the box. He has a hit. Fox fumbles it. Pudniak coming in. What a tackle. Coming back by Simon. Simon is the one man and Fox responsible for keeping Vitus in this game. Long ball. Kept in. Vitus coming the other way. Ball played in, headed clear. Hennessy plays short. Hopino finds Antonini. Antonini drops to Murphy. Murphy turns it over. Jean-Pierre coming back the other way. Beats one man. Picks his head up, hits the cross. Oh, Silla won it, but out of play. 90 minutes done. How much longer will the referee allow? Just checked his watch. Keep in mind, we had a water break and we had a fan who was removed from the grounds. I'm definitely sure stoppage time accounts for that first one. I'm not clear about the second. Ball played over the top. Simon heads it. There's a VE player on the ground. It's Antonini. Polanco plays wide to Rodriguez. Budniak closes down. Ibrahim. Hopino got there first, goes down, free kick. That's 1 minute of stoppage time in the books. 1 goal in it. VE in no rush to put this one back in play. Budniak goes up for it, doesn't win it. Rodriguez has it inside to Azoro. Fox short to Simon. And look at VE pressing up the field. Budniak closing down. Azoro with it. Hopino wins it back. And somehow kept it from 2 Vitus players. The third one got him, though. Rodriguez finds Polanco, who gets it to a little coming together in the middle of the park there. And Murphy wins it. VE in the dying minutes. Playing some great defense. Ruth cuts inside. Beats one man. Has it somehow still. Floated to Antonini. Budniak's there. Cleared. And here's the problem. VE's got 4 players in front of the ball. And this is trouble. Paul comes forward. Tries to clear it. Does enough. And only as far as Vitus. 2.5 minutes of stoppage time gone. Simon. Budniak wins the header. Falls to Polanco. Wide to Gogoladze. Simon running down the left-hand side. Gogoladze cuts in. Picks his head up. Has a hit. It's blocked in front. Sila takes a shot. Blocked. Second one. Oh, just wide. Inches away. Inches away from a leveler. 3 minutes of stoppage time gone. Referee does not seem in any hurry to end this match. From the neutral perspective, I'm not complaining. Paul crushes that one. Antonini just misses. Jean-Pierre hits it forward. Headed back by Baker. Rodriguez Inside to Polanco. Ogaladze backwards to Jean-Pierre. Polanco wants it in the middle. He finds it. Back out wide, inside again to Polanco. Picks his head up. Where is the open white shirt? It's backwards to Ibrahim. Sila gets it. Gonna keep that ball in. They can. Head up. Top of the box. Ibrahim, tried to go back inside. VE player clears it. And there is, I'm not sure if it's a foul or an offside call. But whatever it is, it's a VE ball. And for the guys in green, that's all they care about, really. Four and a half minutes of stoppage time gone. I was predicting 6, but again, that's a prediction. I have no idea how long we'll actually play. Well won by Murphy. Vitus player gets it under control. Ogaladze to Sila. Clipped inside, in the box. VE wins it. Cleared only as far as Ibrahim. Antonini does well to come back and win it. Can he find Ruth? He can't. Here's Jean-Pierre. Beats one man, picks his head up. What a challenge by Baker, who goes down. Free kick awarded. And there is the final whistle. What an amazing start to the U.S. Open Cup. VE wins this one 2-1 over Vitus. Don't go anywhere. We'll have an interview coming up in just a few minutes.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish, flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petrobax, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University, and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards, so I know that they're together, and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division I programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
Welcome back to Southwest Philadelphia. I'm here with Derek Antonini. And Derek, you just won your first round of the U.S. Open Cup. Tell me how you're feeling.
Yeah, we're feeling great. I mean, for us, we expect to always win the first one, so it's not super high emotions, but super stoked to get it done. I mean, PE, we're always like, our goal is to qualify. So, you know, one here's done. I don't know if it's the way we wanted it, but we got the result, so we're looking forward to the next one.
So, hey, this is a tough road game. You know, Vitus playing in the APSL, it's tough with the U.S. soccer ladder, but roughly even competition. Mm-hmm. And you guys come out and get 2 goals off the bat, including a really great finish from you on that first one. Just walk me through what you saw on that one and why you ended up going with the head to beat the keeper.
Yeah, honestly, I was just kind of like reacting in the moment. Reed put a great first-time ball back across with his head, and I think it was Patty Murphy who played the long one. So honestly, didn't want to let the team down and came up kind of awkward off my chest, I think, and I just tried to seal it home. So yeah. So
you mentioned you weren't thrilled with that performance. 2-1 away win from a neutral perspective. I'm thinking, hey, great job. But what are you guys trying to clean up as you move forward?
Yeah, I just think we're a team that wants to, be able to compete at that highest level. And, not that Vidas put a great effort out today and they were grinding and they could have had that pen. So it could have easily been 2-2. I just think we hold ourselves to a standard of playing with those top teams. And I think today our possession and our final third just wasn't quite there. A lot of mistakes in the back. But it's our first couple games this season and it's really hot today. So hopefully we can settle in and, control the game, control the tempo.
Yeah, you mentioned that it felt like a really big moment in this match when Vitus got awarded that PK and your skipper comes up huge. Tell me what the mood was like on the field when that penalty was given and then how it switched when he made that save.
Yeah, I think the second half we all kind of dropped the ball. Stevie picked us up there. We had to dig deep, and I think we did, but I don't know if we ever got back on the front foot, but we held the doors closed. So I guess that's all we can ask for. And I know that the competition gets pretty tough, round 2, round 3, in this competition. So we got to be ready for it.
Round 2 and round 3 is, round 2 at least.
Yeah.
Hopefully round 3 is exactly where Derek and the VE boys will be heading. So I'm Jake Gillespie from my man Nick on the camera. Thank you very much for watching another Game and Frame presentation from Southwest Philadelphia.